Ladies and gentlemen, it's both a pleasure and an absolute honor to be with you here this morning and to be moderating this important session on the decent jobs for youth.
We know that investing today in the employment of young people means investing in the present as well as in the future of our societies. And we know as well that sustainable development needs to be about the quantity and the quality of jobs. In the United Nations, the ILO has taken the lead role in designing and taking forward the United Nations Global Initiative on Decent Jobs for Youth. It was launched in February of this year in New York, and it's founded on expanded and efficient partnerships, both nationally and internationally. It engages the entirety of the multilateral system.
When we start realizing and seeing that it's the informal sector that keeps on growing, then how are we aligning the training that that the youths are getting in the education system to the jobs that are being created? For instance, many, I'm sure, have heard about agriculture being the key to actually solving the youth unemployment challenge in most of sub-Saharan Africa. But does that reflect in the education or training system?
If we look at the figures, we saw that many countries that have higher levels of employment for older people are the same countries that have lower level of unemployment between the youngsters. So I think it's more a question of policy mix and not to choose between the older people or the young people.
But in terms of solution, I think government can do a lot. They can put forward policies that will rise the issues that will overcome the issues of precarious employment by having security of tenure bill, for example, by developing climate jobs and green jobs, because in our part of the world, we are very vulnerable. If you have remembered Typhoon Haiyan, and I think generation of green jobs and climate jobs can help address youth unemployment.
Two things. One is inclusion. If every company looked at where it could simply take a young people, we say this to the companies, particularly French and German companies and other Europeans in Tunisia, where the Arab Spring started, take a young person. It's symbolic, but it will start people having hope again. And your cash reserves are there, put them on your payroll. So let's look at apprenticeships, other forms of inclusion. But the second one is recognise the jobs and the entrepreneurship in the informal economy. It's easy to solve. It's social protection, it's a minimum living wage, and it's access to rights and the rule of law.
To the challenge, we need business. Business needs to be there to create jobs. Business needs to be there to make sure that the education provides the skills and the competency that are needed. We need to do that together. It's not one party that can find solution. It's indeed collaboration that is being key here. There is public-private partnerships that focus on that one. One of them is, for example, the Global Apprenticeship Network. And that is the way forward. We cannot do it alone, but from a business perspective, in order to create job, we need to have the flexibility to do so.
Nos tenemos que basar en la idea del desafío, porque si apostamos por el desafío nos va a generar buenas oportunidades, tan buenas como seguramente será su café. Es decir, desafiemos al empleo. ¿Y cómo los podemos desafiar? Transformando esas barreras que tenemos o esas barreras que hablamos en puentes que permitan el acceso y la creación de empleo de las personas jóvenes. Y ahí tenemos una oportunidad con los empleos de la cuarta revolución industrial, con los empleos de estas nuevas demandas que se llevan a cabo en temas de empleo verde, de industrias creativas, de economía naranja, en todos aquellos que tienen estas dinámicas de digitalización y nuevos servicios. Creo que si nosotros somos capaces de transformar las capacidades y las habilidades actuales de las nuevas generaciones, estas generaciones van a encontrar mucho más empleo. Y si no lo encuentran, lo van a crear. Ese es un mensaje claro. Y ahí está la oportunidad de los gobiernos y de los empleados y de los empleadores en cómo se pueden cerrar estas brechas. Las generaciones actuales están educadas en base a las habilidades del pasado. Tenemos que actualizar la educación en base a las habilidades o las demandas de este siglo. Y ahí juega un rol importantísimo el Estado, ahí juegan un rol importantísimo los gobiernos en ayudar a cerrar estas brechas, pero también lo juegan las empresas para orientar cuáles son estas demandas que se necesitan.